How's everybody doing? Um, so I felt like somebody felt like they were getting in trouble or saying like, watch out, like uh oh, something's happening for somebody, and they've been waiting for it for a while now, and you're starting to see the progress. You're starting to see things grow. You're starting to see why you've been through everything you've been through. It's all starting to make sense now. And that, yeah, this is so important what you're doing. That had you not been through everything you've been through, things might not have ended up, oh, they for sure wouldn't have ended up the way they are turning now. It's even like the way you perceive people. For a while, you used to think that people were talking about you. Maybe they were. Most likely they were. If you're in a room, I feel like most likely people are going to talk about you or at least spot you in some way. But you turned that perception into something positive. The point I'm getting at right now, what I'm seeing from this Three of Cups, is that you were put in a position lessons, even if that turned out to be haters, you had to see them for what they were to begin with. And so you can see how much of a blessing it is to even be talked about. Okay. So somebody who's coming out of a really low down situation, this might not necessarily have to do with finances, but I feel like whatever this background is that you're coming from, even if it's just a mental one, you being stuck in your head and thinking in a really negative way, like everybody's against you, your first your first introduction to society and socializing was maybe some haters talking about you, but I feel like these haters admired you in a way. I mean, still, I'm getting just the fact that they were hovered around you, talking about you, meant you're really starting to learn how people behave, even if they don't expressly show. If they even if they're not genuine about their feelings, you still can see what those feelings are, and it's definitely a compliment. Somebody really likes you, and I feel like you had to get stronger before you can appreciate or accept a compliment, because you need to stand on your own 2 feet and don't rely on how other people feel about you to um, find yourself worthy or to value yourself in any way. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. And this really hard. You had to learn how to lean on Christ first and foremost. And then once you learn how to do that, you don't need to lean on anybody else. So people really see you as being a strong individual because they don't know Christ and they don't see Christ in you. Well, they see Christ in you, but they don't recognize what it is that they're looking at. Somebody gave up a family for this. And maybe you're realizing that you still have a family to take care of. It's just in a different form. Something about a troll family. All right, we'll go with that. Maybe you were trolling for a while. There's also a movie coming out, Trolls, and something about that trailer that really speaks to people from all different backgrounds and just are seen and perceived in a negative light, but also is a beautiful movie. There's a lot of love there, even if it's not in a traditional sense. You can still recognize people as people, and that the human race is one family, almost, not to be too over the top, but what I'm getting from Trolls is that it is a very over the top type of love and a sensation that goes beyond normal bound. Not my genre, or I'm not, I don't really associate myself with that type of people. You can still find a relationship. And also, fighting haters is something that pretty much everybody has to do. Yeah, I feel like everybody has some hate within them, unless you're Jesus. And I don't even know how that works, because God experienced everything. He created humans in his own image. So he invented every emotion. Um, but I just feel like nobody is perfect and everybody has a hater. Even if it's witchcraft, there's people hating on witches. There's people hating on Christians. There's people hating on vegans. There's people hating on carnivores. Like, it just is everywhere. All right. Um, I feel like you're really wrapping your mind around the idea of being hated Somebody's calling you a bitch. It could be a bitch just calling you this, and they're seeing something in you that they recognize, and they have no other way of showing or expressing their love. So I feel like whoever this is learning how to read emotions. Basically, you're artistic. Have Ace of Wands. You can understand things that people don't want to talk about. People don't want to be understood. They want to seem mysterious. So it is what it is. You give them their space and you allow them to go thinking that you don't understand what's going on. You don't have to reveal their true feelings to them. I feel like some people would be terrified if you showed them what they are, or showed them what you see, or if you tried to relate to them in any way. They want to relate to you because they see you as being perfect, really. Maybe somebody related to somebody, or they married somebody that hated themselves, so they turned against you. And now you're learning what it is to be you versus reflecting someone else. And you stay true to yourself. Get comfortable with who you are, regardless of whether somebody hates you or not. Okay? From this Nine of Wands, I'm seeing someone as really carrying a heavy burden. But I also see your emotions as being stable and your blessings are coming in. This is not something you need to run from. Just remain humble and grateful for what's coming in, because it's something you feel like you worked for and you definitely do deserve. So just be positive, stay. And I'm seeing with this Pentacle, Two of Pentacles, I'm seeing to balance out whatever finances come your way. Maybe you're gonna be starting from scratch, building something up like a starter up company or something. You may not have a lot to work with, but whoever is investing in you is gonna be there in the long run, and they care about what you're doing. So these you can definitely show off, but balance it out. Make sure, try to basically take this money that's coming in and spend it on something that really matters. Something about a heartbreak. You might actually, I'm not going to put this in the air, but I feel like something's going to come in and it's going to be a while before you see something else. So maybe it's like a package that's coming with food or something. I'm feeling like it's coming from above, whatever it is, even if it's your blessings, even if it's this negativity that's coming towards you, is only temporary. But in the long run, you're going to be grateful for that little bit of negative energy, because you're going to learn how to feed off of it in a way. Like, this negativity is motivating you, but it's only going to be a small amount that's motivating you. Well, that's coming in. A small amount of hate is going to go a long way, is what I'm getting. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." Wow. This negativity, you're going to perceive this as negativity. It's coming from God. It's him chastising his children. So somebody is accusing you of doing some things, or just like being really hard on you, like a parent almost. And I feel like it's so much love in those words that's coming towards you, and it's going to be something that you cherish in the long run, because everything is love. Everything is love. And your mindset is going to change totally. And at some point, I feel like somebody's going to get bored of all the love. Somebody's starting a franchise. Somebody's going to get bored, or see that it's really not a competition and there's really nothing going on, and everything was all in your head to begin with. So almost like a franchise. What am I getting from this? Like somebody opening some other major food chain, and you spend a lot of time trying to advertise or thinking about advertisement. You might even went to school for advertisement for some people. But I feel like McDonald's advertises itself. You don't have to do anything but unlock the doors and people are going to come in. right? That's what I'm getting from this franchise. Somebody starting a franchise. And also with this negativity, like people are just negative. You don't have to provoke them in any way. You don't have to listen for them, see who's hating on me now. They're just haters. Like they hating on everybody, they hating on the win. And if you get some type of joy out of that, or you are the type of alchemist who can convert negative into positive, you're gonna have more than enough. And that little bit is gonna go away. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live even though he dies. So somebody isn't going through a dark situation. It's not going to be dark for long. And at some point, once you learn the pattern, is dark, is light, seasons change. Once you get on board with your rhythm and knowing what your purpose is, what makes you feel good, you're going to get a lot of rest. You might feel like you've been staying up at night, or just in general, like you just haven't had the rest. Um, like you've just been go, storing a lot of animosity from the past. But once you learn to forgive whoever these people are, more people are going to offend you. And it's going to be in such a subtle way that you realize it's impossible for you to hold on to a grudge, because you already know what it's like. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who was angry for years, maybe even decades, but continue you in this feeling of being pissed off. And as soon as you forgive them, somebody else is going to pop up and try and take their place. And it's like, you're forgiven over and over and over again. Something about scrapbook, or somebody looking through a photo album, or maybe just reflecting on your heritage or where you come from. Um, Something about magical, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet. Um, okay, this has to do with the calling. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. This has to do with Christ's calling and you having a calling. It has something to do with your family. Maybe your family were witches and they were accused of being witches, or maybe they were prophets and accused of being witches. Maybe they just have an open heart, an open, loving heart, and people is very judgmental about them. I feel like whoever this is does not claim the name witch for whatever reason. Something about guardians coming in, angel guardians coming in, taking over, sharing your property, and also your property being yours. You have no obligation to open your home to anybody. Somebody is knocking on your door. You don't have to answer that door. Okay? They need to go to the next door. This is solicitation. Um Also, yeah, opening up your heart. You don't have to open up your heart to anybody. You can be selfish. I'm not promoting this because it feels good to share, but you're not forced to do anything for anybody. You're not being forced. This is a choice for whoever I'm talking to. Some people are chosen. Some people didn't choose to do what they're doing. But chosen people are blessed regardless of what they want in life. The blessings just keep coming. So it's whatever group I'm talking to, whatever group is here, God loves you. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, anything, if anything is excellent, think on these things. Okay? So don't, yeah, well, think on these things, positive things, but don't get caught on negative vibes, because it happens to everybody. And if you open your door to negativity, it usually ends up being worse than whatever the last thing. That's what happens. You open the door to devils, more of them come. So you open the door to one devil or one demon, and you're like, well, I'm just going to hold on to this and give myself something to do, playing with demons or whatever, playing with fire. And then you realize that this is just a living hell, and this demon is driving you crazy. So you do everything in your power to rebuke Satan, get rid of Satan. A house divided cannot stand. So you have to let go of the devil in order to gain this type of power to be at peace. You know, the power of Christ, the power of love. Okay. But then say you get bored for whatever reason, an idle mind, and you open up the doors again. it's going to be 10 times more demons to deal with. Okay. Because all this time you've been shutting them out. They've been telling their families and their friends and their coworkers just how awesome and amazing you are, how nice you are, to open your heart to them. And they're waiting outside right now, waiting for you to open those doors again. And they will wait for all of eternity. For God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline. And I feel like this timidity would be explaining you opening your doors to people and letting people in and being nice because you don't want to say no. No is a very good word. Personally, I find it to be the best. And a lot of girls learn to say no first. But, saying yes to Christ is always an option. Therefore, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous man is powerful and effective. Somebody is praying for somebody, and somebody needs that prayer. So when two or more come together, Christ is in the midst. Touch and agree, and Christ will appear. Something about a pipeline. Somebody can feel like their taste is being imposed on, is being violated. It happens. Rebuke the devil. Okay, something about somebody is being owed something. I'm seeing IOU. Somebody is being owed something, some money, some space, almost like space. But definitely a favor. This may be a favor coming in. God saying that he owes you a favor, like you did him a solid or something. You believed in him, you trusted and have faith in him, and he's going to repay you for that. But also, like, you've been violated in some way, and so you feel like you deserve whatever is coming your way. Just stay humble, understand your emotions and how you feel about this situation. So even if he does rebuke you or chastise you, it's coming from love. It's coming from a place of love, and it does happen. God does chastise his people, and he may even make you cry. Something about home, going back home, retreating, somebody feeling afraid. It's not the end of the world. Eminem, maybe somebody listens to Eminem or is eating the chocolate candy. Somebody feels trapped. Somebody's name could start with an E, or you may have multiple E's in your name. But I'm getting E coming up 4 times. Could be a Taurus, an Aquarius. Okay, I could be talking to somebody dealing with a Libra. But also I'm seeing you being mirrored in a major way. This is your beauty. Because, yeah, I'm getting Aquarius twice. It's also the 11th. The 11th sign. Something about beauty. Something about your beauty. Maybe you were really invested in 11. Maybe you were born on the 11th, or you did some research on the angel number 11. I'm going to read Hebrews 11, verse 22. It says, by faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. Okay. I feel like this has to do with the resurrection of Christ and also Christ's bones not being broken when he was on the cross. And somebody going through a situation where they feel like something having to do with the danger of a bone. Something about choking on the bone. But also that God is telling you what to do as a human being. And he's telling you through his son who lived a life and showed you how to live a life. And it's all love. Also something about being judgmental. And don't judge yourself. Don't condemn yourself. We're living in a beautiful time right now. Somebody is. Let's see what this is. Seven of Cups. Something about confusion. Somebody's very confused right now. But also I'm getting like, is a feeling that isn't really that bad. Like somebody likes it. Somebody likes the challenge of keeping up. And it's entertaining and stimulating. And then you have so much to you have so much to you have so much access. Something about, it's kind of like getting into anime or something, and you're keeping up with the plot, and then you just realize there's like, I wouldn't doubt if there were billions of anime. There's just so much that you can dive into if this is your interest. But just in general, like the energy that I'm getting is that you have so much to work with. So I'm seeing Mary sitting here with just being hovered. She's being hovered by these angels. They look like bowing down. And then you also have this whole just piece of art that the Mother Mary was very loved. Okay. Even though Christ got rid of her before he died, he said, "You're not my mother." I believe Mary belonged to the world, but God loved the world so much that he gave his son. So I'm just speaking on that. But I feel like whoever this is loves the world. Somebody is very nurturing, and people don't understand it. They're very mean to you, and you just love them, and regardless, like children, they're like children to you. And whoever I'm talking to maybe doesn't have children, but you see the world as being your child. I'm just seeing the Four of Wands again. I'm reminded of the Four of Wands. I won't go on for too much longer, but I'm just seeing that this blessing, this family that's coming towards you is not like your typical family, and that you love them like they might even call you mom. And there's just a lot of love here. Maybe I'm talking to a Cancer, or you have Cancer in your chart. And then we have this card that's very chaotic. It's like a war is going on around you, but you're so peaceful that the people around you are very, they feel safe. I'm seeing the word lullaby. I'm also seeing lunatic. That may have to do with this energy, like, and then when they come into your frequency, they feel washed new, like washed by the blood of Christ. And then I'm seeing Doja Cat for some reason. So somebody is on their honeymoon, or feels like they're in a honeymoon phase. Like this paradise is so precious, and this prayer that somebody's praying, or yeah, it feels like a honeymoon phase. Or maybe they're being reminded of their honeymoon. Anything else? Let's just pull some scriptures. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. So we're talking about Jacob. We're talking about the children of Israel and what to do with his body. The love continues, you know. Fear not, believe only, and she shall be made whole. Okay? Make them sit down by 50s in a company. Give ye them to eat. So this is about the multitude, feeding the multitude. Is praying. I feel like somebody's praying, and Christ is listening. So your prayers are being heard, and I feel like it's just good to commune with him. Anything else? Something about luggage, indivisible, one nation under God. Something about swollen. I'm looking for a cue to end this. Is there anything else for this message? Overall, this is very good, positive energy. That's probably will keep going. Something about a tower moment. Maybe that's our cue. So when you see things ending, don't be ashamed. Don't be worried. It just means something's new coming up. And And also for this tower moment to represent a destruction of the old, which is purposely what you want to do. And this is coming in like a blessing. Like this is all the darkness in your life being cut away and cut down. Whoever was bothering you before is being shut off and turned down, tuned out, and your energy is so powerful and so sweet that it only attracts those like-minded individuals. So it's more sweet people coming in, and there's just a sweet aura. People who are frustrated, if it's for the right reasons, if it's because you work for God, then all those stressors are going to disappear. But people who are causing trouble, the menaces of society, and people who want to worship Satan, they're not invited. They're not welcome. They're going to burn. But yeah, just more on this tower moment. Something about a family. But I'm also getting to have patience with those people that are burning. Because I see God loving everybody. And just because this isn't your world, who knows? Maybe they were freezing. Maybe you're thawing them out. Maybe they're feeling just not to feel any animosity towards anybody. And to keep up with that positive mindset, even though maybe you don't understand where these haters are coming from, or why were they hating in the beginning, in the first place, why were they conspiring against you at night? Maybe they were planning a surprise party or something, because it seems like these two people are planning, whoever is planning against you. And then I got these dogs barking up at the moon. Maybe you were associated with darkness, so you were standing in a line of fire or the line of attack. Maybe you felt like you were being attacked because you were lining yourself up with darkness for whatever reason. And now you had the sun card. I feel like there's still people planning. There's people planning at night. There's people planning during the day. And because of your frequency, your positive energy, you don't have to get caught up with other people's negativity. It's going to keep going. And also with your frequency, you're not stuck on a note. You can change frets. All right. So you can worry about different things. You can focus on different things. You can have other hobbies. You can change your thoughts and change your mind. And with that being said, you're going to experience different people in different fields with different mindsets, think in different ways. Maybe these people get mad really quickly. Maybe they catch twos really quickly. Maybe they attack verbally or physically. You never know. So, people are living their lives in all different types of ways. You don't bow down to them is what I'm getting at. You still maintain your own frequency and you're still having a good day. So King of Wands. I just feel like it's somebody that's really in control of themselves and feeling on top of the world specifically. But I feel like whoever this is, you could have been in the lowest of your low and you still call on God. That's what gives you a small place. And then when it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it's still coming from a small place. It's just more people have accumulated and shared this flame with you. Your brothers and your sisters have come in to share these blessings with you. Then you have Ace of Wands. Yeah, so this is the beginning of Ace. This is the beginning of Wand. This is the end of Wand. Ace and King. You're coming full circle. I feel like there's something else to say about this. Something about your energy, something about your fire, something about your warmth. You changing your mind, maintaining your frequency, staying positive. Yeah, maybe you can hear God talking to you. Whatever it is, it's still in the air. It's still positive energy in the air. And then you have Queen of Swords, which you actually got at some point previously in reverse. Maybe there's some people talking about you. And then we have the Three of Cups. Maybe there's some people talking about you, but you know what? It's a blessing that they can even put your name in their mouth, if they even know your name, because I feel like that's how much of a blessing you are to be in their presence, or for them to be in your presence. They still get just a little bit of a soul cleansing. Just get a little whiff of your positivity. And then you have Queen of Wands. But the power is still yours. It belongs to Christ, but you have access to it. And these people are coming off as haters because they don't really have access to it. They just know that you're doing better than they are. And they're mad about that. So I felt like it was like coming out sarcastically. Um, and yeah, so now you can really see how people feel. Even if they try to give you a compliment, it's not like, just shut that down. They just want to be associated with you so they can start talking their negativity again and hopefully bringing you down to their level. Just ignore them. You already know who you are. And cry with a loud voice, saying, "Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne." And until you're sitting on your throne, you don't need nobody telling you who you are or what you are, or how you look or anything. Okay? Now you have Two of Pentacles. You got this already. So I'm starting to see a lot of repetition here. And I'm just feeling like I'm feeling pulled to continue, but I'm seeing repetition. Like, yeah, these attacks are coming left and right. They're coming your way. You're gonna hear them less and less because you're tuned into such a positive frequency. That is nothing but money, and that's where this negative